Hi, hello to everyone. Today we are going to see how Gemini Pro and Gemini Pro Vision, which is Google launched latest model, can be accessed in online and through APIs. Let's see by today. For that, we need to for accessing in web, we need to use makersuite.google.com, which we can access it in online web. Uh, this is a unstructured prompt panel. Here if we see we want to type any prompts, we need to type the prompt, and on the left bottom corner we can see a run button, right? If we run, the prompt will be executed and the results will be there. Let's see, for an example, if we type hi and give run, the answers will be get evaluated, and the responses like hello, how can I help you today. Totally we can get up to 30,720 letters over there. And let's see the prompt example which is given over there. Explain the string theory to me like I'm 9. It is a funny prompt, and the results have been given out. We can see that this is an unstructured working templates in the portal maker suit portal. After that, we have the two models, Gemini Pro and Gemini Pro Vision. As I mentioned earlier, we can we can also, if we can give Gemini Pro Vision here and give the prompts like that, we can also see the safety settings over here, like harassment text. If we increase the level, it gives us a strict output response, and if we decrease, the slight output response will be over there. We can also see that the temperature can be adjusted and the stop sequence is also available. Okay, here we can see that this is free form prompt. Structured prompt is also available over here. Let's see how it works with an example. There is also a chat prompt and tuned models. We can also fine tune model over here, but we can upload it as a separate video. Let's see some examples how the structured prompt works. Um, for this here, for an example, we have inputted a video, or I mean inputted an image where it has a list of things present in the image. In the right side we have already given as an answer. This is like giving an example to the LLMs and ask them to find out. The second image also contains the image and the list of items present over there. And now with the two example, we have given an input image and ask it to find the items present in that image. We could see that it is like a vegetable image as given as an input, and let's see what would be the results over there. This is known as the structured prompt list, like that. For why it is called like that is oh, now we can see that the elements present in that image has been extracted: broccoli, cabbage, carrot, etc. This is called structured because we have given the example how what is the input and how the output should be presented or given by the LLM is already given by us. Next, we are trying to access the Gemini Pro Vision in the unstructured format. Unstructured format is nothing but we just give a list of images or a single image and ask the question like what are the major represented in the image and what states are getting affected to the landfall, like that. This image actually tell us about the landfall area and severe landfall area, and we are just asking the answer. We need not to give any answer like prompts, but even though for an identification I have given answer over here, and if I start give running over there, the model evaluates the image and the prompt which is given inside, and it produces the results. Whatever knowledge it has, it produces the result, and the information extracted from the image is also given as an output to us. That is the major part. Next we could see how the structured prompt works, but the unique feature in this is structured prompts with n inputs and n outputs. We can the unique feature would be like the number of inputs and number of outputs can be inputted by us, as now we can see that itself. Here the action column contains add an input column, add an output column, so that here the product image itself an input, and the target audience is another input by the same user. But the next comes the output, is like marketing description. By evaluating the image and the target audience, the marketing description is generated by the LLMs. Here two inputs are given, likewise we can give so many inputs and so many outputs. Now for example, the cycle image is given, the environmentalist is as another input, and the marketing description for that is generated. And the example what here now we are trying is giving a basketball, and the target audience would be surely in athletes, and the marketing description is now given as an output. Take the game to the next level with the basketball, whether you are shooting hoops or like that, it is giving us an example output generated by the LLMs. Next, we can see how API works with this Gemini and Gemini Pro. Here we can see that Google have developed an Python SDK named Google Generative AI, and we need to install that dependencies. Let's start from the beginning, installing the dependencies. And importing the required libraries from Google Generative AI. As Gen AI, we are importing it. And meanwhile, I'll just introduce to you the Collab AI. Collab AI is something like a coding assistant for us, given by Google Collab, but this is actually limited time for unsubscribed users. For example, if you write a program for prime numbers, it would generate in the coding. It has created a def is prime function. Now it is currently in beta level, so that we can see that the sources have been not generated. The source is just number one dot is present, but in future the sources will also be given, but this is only for limited time for unsubscribed users. When we subscribe Google Collab, it will be present for us. Then now the installation and import has been done. Here we need to give the Google API key, where we can get is we can get using the Google AI Studio. Here get API key is present. I have already generated two API keys. Okay, now still I can create a new API key with a new project. If I click create API key, it generates the API key for me. Okay. Yes, the API key has been generated. We can copy that API key, and placing the API key in the collab is a slight tricky part. Let's place it. We can place it over the fourth icon, right? There is a secret key section. Hereafter, in collab, we can add a secret key section where we can paste the value, and the name would be like Google API key. And we need to also allow the notebook access, where the notebook can access the keys. Okay, if we run the Google API key, it asks for grant access. If we have granted access, it didn't ask. Now it has been asked, and first of all, we are asking. We are executing the code for what are the models available in Google's generative AI. We can see that Gemini Pro and Gemini Pro Vision is available now, and as an output it has been generated, and we are now accessing the Gemini Pro and into the model, and we are asking the question, what is the meaning of life? We can see that the response from the model will be stored into the variable named response. Okay, now we can see the time it takes taken to the execution. When we when we start executing the response.text, right, then we could see that the response generated by the prompts can be shown. The prompt underscore feedback is nothing but we see the safety settings, right, the harassment and that and all, how much that prompt generated is affecting the possibility for the categories. When the category is not negligible, then it is okay to present. The response dot candidates is nothing but all the set of JSON generated by the model for a single prompt given by the user. We can see the output text, what are the models, and finish region stop, and what is the safety settings given over there. Now we can also see the stream is equal to true, which is added over here. Stream is equal to true is nothing but we can see in Google Chat GPT, I mean Chat GPT, right? If we start given a prompt inside, it automatically start generating by one. It start generating by token. That means the stream is equal to true. Here they call it as chunks, and we can print the chunks over a time. The first line is the first chunk. Again, line is printed, and after that the second chunk is printed. This means that for each chunk it generates a prompt. I mean, for the prompt, so many chunks are generated and getting printed. um, let's see how it works. Okay, for the chunking process, we cannot, for each and every chunk, the feedback will not be generated. So, after generating the whole text only, the feedback will be generated. How much safety settings, how much it has been created, like that, we can evaluate. Next part, we could see how Gemini Pro Vision works. For that, we need to download an image, and let's see what is the image is downloaded. Oh, it is a food image which has been downloaded, and let's call Gemini Pro Vision. It has been initialized. The response is equal to model.generated content is something we just pass an image without any prompts to the model Gemini Pro Vision. Let's see how is the response without passing any prompts into the model. The response will be like, let's see, those are the meal preparation content, like brown rice, chicken, broccoli, and bell peppers, like that. It has been generated. That's fine. Let's see, if we give a prompt inside it, like write a short engaging blog post based on the pictures, like that. If we give us an input and pass the image into it, and ask us to respond, let's see how is the response over there. Okay, it is currently now generating. I think now it is generated, and the results will be like, meal preparing is a great way for save time and money. Like that, it is it is the response generated from the model with the prompt we have given and understanding the image. Now, last comes the chat conversations. Chat conversations also needs the Gemini Pro model, but the unique feature here would be like storing the history. Likewise, if the first conversation will also be saved, and by in the second conversation we can mention the first conversation's content and ask us to generate the response. Here, first prompts is like, in one sentence explain how the computer works to a young child. It responds like, a computer is like a magical box that stores the picture and play games, like that it gives. Now the chat history is loaded with the conversation prompt given by the user and the response generated by the model. The second, we can give another prompt like, how more I mean explain more about the detail for an high schooler. It asks for an high schoolers explaining the how computers works. Here, how computer works is the context saved in the history, and explaining to a young child and a high schooler is the difference response, I mean difference prompt given for to the model. Let's see how it generates for a high schooler. Here the response is different. A computer is an electronic device that can be programmed to carry out a set of instructions, like that. A response is created here. uh, By actually this gives a difference for an young child and high schooler, but it understands how computer works would be the primary questions in the, both of the prompts we have, the user gives. We can see the whole conversation list. Okay, let's see how embeddings work. If not embedding, the Google have also introduced an embeddings hyphen 001 model where all the text inputs and text outputs are given in the format of embeddings. After that only the model understands this is the embedding, we need to evaluate in this manner, but the human understand only high level language of English, but the models can understand only the embeddings. Here we give what is the meaning of life, and the embedding is seen or this down. But in the second we have given three strings. What is the meaning of life, and what is the uchakachak, how much would a uchakachak, like that. The second embedding has been generated, and the third embedding, how does the brain works, like that the third embedding also have been generated. It is not a single string only, not need not be generated. A whole paragraph or a list of strings or the history stored by the model can also be embedded and stored for a future reference. We can take it over there. Here we can see that the whole chat history is going to get embedded. We can see that whole chat.history is embedded, and it is now displayed. As of now, I think this would be more than enough for getting started with the Gemini and Gemini Pro Vision, including in your project for free. The rest of the safety settings, editing, and the encoded message, and multi-turn conversation generation configuration will be explained in the next video, where we can see more detailedly and including in a project. And let's see over that. But as of now, this is a quick start getting guide with the Python coding level. That's it from my side, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.